In this video, I'm going to compare and give my opinion on which budget macro option is the best between reverse rings, macro filters, extension tubes, and the Raynox DCR-250. The good thing about all four of these options is that they can turn any lens into a macro lens. This means you don't need to invest in a dedicated macro lens to capture close-up shots. Instead, you can use your existing equipment and simply add one of these accessories. They all have their pros and cons, which I will discuss in this video. Reverse rings are the cheapest option in this video, with prices ranging from $5 to $20. Reverse rings are adapters that allow you to mount a lens onto your camera backwards, meaning the front element faces the camera body. This technique is commonly used in macro photography because it enables greater magnification using standard lenses. By attaching a reverse ring to the filter thread of your lens and connecting it to the camera's lens mount, you can achieve close-up shots without purchasing a specialized macro lens. There are a few cons when it comes to using reverse rings. First, you lose access to electronic communication between your camera and lens when using an automatic lens. With automatic lenses, the aperture control is typically managed electronically by the camera. However, when you use a reverse ring, this connection is lost, meaning you can't easily adjust your aperture through the camera body. For many modern lenses, the aperture will remain stuck at the highest f-stop available, which can result in unusable image because of diffraction. Additionally, the exposed rear elements of your lens becomes vulnerable to dust, moisture, and potential damage since it is facing outward. And lastly, depending on your lens and camera combination, there may be some compatibility issues requiring extra caution to ensure everything fits properly and functions as expected. Even with those cons, it is still possible to take sharp macro photos with reverse rings. You will need a lens with a manual aperture ring if you want to have full control over your exposure when using a reverse ring. This allows you to adjust the aperture directly on the lens, bypassing the need for electronic communication with your camera. With the right lens, reverse rings can be a very effective and inexpensive way to take good quality macro photos. The next budget option, macro filters, are inexpensive accessories that screw onto the front of your existing lens, much like a regular UV or polarizing filter. These filters act like a magnifying glass, allowing you to focus closer to your subject and achieve greater detail in your macro photography. Macro filters usually come in sets with varying strengths, measured in diopters, giving you flexibility in how much magnification you want. They're easy to use, lightweight, and don't require any modification to your camera or lens, making them a popular choice for beginners and those looking for a quick, affordable solution to macro shooting. Macro filters can sometimes introduce optical distortions such as chromatic aberration or reduced sharpness, especially at the edges of the image. Stacking multiple filters for increased magnification can further degrade image quality and may cause vignetting. They do not offer the same level of control or image quality as dedicated macro lenses, making them less suitable for professional work or large prints. And me personally, I didn't like the filters at all. Easily my least favorite option because of the chromatic aberration was just too much. If your goal is to take good quality macro photos, I don't recommend getting macro filters because of that reason. Extension tubes are hollow, light tight rings that fit between your camera body and lens. Their primary function is to increase the distance between the lens and the camera sensor, which enables the lens to focus much closer to your subject and produce greater magnification. Unlike macro filters, extension tubes do not contain any optical elements, so they don't degrade image quality. There are a few cons with extension tubes, and the first one that I noticed right away was the very short working distance. This means you have to get extremely close to your subject to achieve focus, which can make it challenging to photograph insects without disturbing them. In some cases, your lens might be only a few inches away from the subject, limiting your ability to compose shots and make lighting difficult since your lens can block the light and cast shadows. Additionally, extension tubes can cause a significant reduction in light reaching the camera sensor, which may require slower shutter speeds or higher ISO settings to compensate. Basic extension tubes that lack electronic contacts will prevent autofocus and aperture control from the camera, making manual adjustments necessary. Using multiple tubes together can make the setup unstable or difficult to handle, especially with heavier lenses. Overall, extension tubes offer an affordable and versatile way to explore macro photography without investing in a specialized macro lens. They allow you to achieve impressive magnification and maintain image quality since they contain no glass elements. However, their use comes with some challenges such as reduced working distance, potential loss of light, and the need for manual adjustments if you use basic models without electronic contacts. The Raynox DCR-250 is a high-quality clip-on macro conversion lens designed to offer increased magnification for close-up photography. It attaches to the front of your existing lens using a spring-loaded mount that fits a wide range of lens diameters. By adding the DCR-250, you can focus much closer to your subject, allowing you to capture detailed images of small objects or insects without the need for a dedicated lens. This accessory works by providing a +8 diopter optical element, which effectively shortens the minimum focusing distance of your lens. It's a convenient solution for photographers who want to experiment with macro photography while maintaining the flexibility to easily remove or attach the lens as needed. Unlike extension tubes, the Raynox DCR-250 does contain glass optics, so image quality can vary depending on your lens and shooting conditions. However, it is widely regarded as a sharp and affordable option for achieving macro shots. Like other macro accessories, the Raynox DCR-250 has a few drawbacks to consider. First, because it adds extra glass to the optical path, some lenses may exhibit reduced sharpness or increased chromatic aberration, especially at the edges of the frame. The clip-on mounting mechanism, while convenient, may not feel as secure as screw-on filters, potentially risking accidental detachment during use. If I had to rank all four of these from best to worst, then number one is the Raynox DCR-250 because it strikes an excellent balance between convenience, performance, and affordability. The Raynox DCR-250 is simple to attach and remove, making it ideal for photographers who want to quickly switch between macro and regular shooting without hassle. Its high optical quality ensures sharp, detailed images, while its compatibility with a wide range of lenses adds versatility to your kit. For anyone looking to explore macro photography without a significant investment or technical complexity, this accessory stands out as a top choice. Next, I would place extension tubes in second. They offer great versatility and allow you to use your existing lenses for macro work, but they require a bit more hands-on operation and can present challenges like reduced working distance and the need for manual adjustments. Reverse rings come third as they let you mount a lens backwards for very high magnification. While affordable and capable of impressive results, you can only really get the best results with prime lenses that have manual aperture controls. Additionally, reversing the lens exposes its rear element to dust and potential damage, making it less ideal for everyday shooting. And lastly, close-up filters come in fourth. Their optical quality tends to be lower than the other options, often resulting in soft images and noticeable aberrations, particularly around the edges. While they can be a good starting point for beginners or casual macro shooters, those seeking crisp, professional quality results may quickly outgrow them. In summary, each accessory has its strengths and weaknesses, but for versatility, convenience, and overall image quality, the Raynox DCR-250 remains my top recommendation. Let me know down in the comments if you have any opinions or thoughts on any of these macro accessories, if you've used any in the past or you currently use one now. But if you found this video to be helpful, then consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.